2 months ago, I was going to put the chickens up like I do every night, and they all come running and following me. And she was just down, and she wouldn't get up. And I thought, well, that's weird. And so I went over and just gently walked over to her and said, "Can you get up?" And she just looked at me and did that. And she couldn't get up. I tried to pick her up, and I just tried to set her down gently, and she just collapsed. And so evidently she injured her tendon or a muscle, pulled a muscle. I'm not sure what she did, but I brought her in the house, and she stayed in Tommy's office for a couple of days, and I fed her, oatmeal, and there's I take this stuff called Zeal, and it's got turmeric in it, and ashwagandha. It's got all these wonderful herbs and stuff in it, and foods. And so I thought, well, it's good for me. It helps my inflammation, so I give it to the chicken. So I started giving her the Zeal in little syringes 2 or 3 times a day. And she started getting better. And a lot of TLC. And the next thing you know, well, hey, that's Dixie. You know Dixie. Hey, But the next thing you know, she was walking better. Even though she was kind of like Hopalong, I called her a Hopalong Cassidy kid, because she still kind of hop along, but she was doing just fine. And then a couple of days ago, she was down again. I went to put them up in the chicken coop, and she was sitting down right there at the edge of the coop. Before I went vegan, I loved Chick-fil-A sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, as much as anybody. And I would come home and with a chicken sandwich, and I'd have my chickens at my feet. And not everybody gets the tactile, experience of living on a ranch like this going vegan. I started having all these conflicts in my mind and my soul that I would be eating a chicken and loving this one, and we never ate our own animals. Even the cows, we never slaughtered our own cows. We always bought the pretty pink packages, at the grocery store. And she's going to sleep. And I remember vividly when I was working on her leg in the kitchen and giving her a little syringe of that Zeal. I remember vividly that I was working on her, and I got the gut feeling of how I used to eat chicken legs when I was working on her leg, and I just started crying at the sink. Just started crying. I was deep, guttural, horrifying, just sobs, because I was working on her leg and realizing that, everybody eats them. Never even thinks a thing about it.
A friend of mine called me up. I was working shift work, and I was tired. And he goes, "Hey, come out here. There's this girl that wants to meet you." And I said, "Yeah, you're lying. You always are." And he was. And I went anyway. And anyway, I met her. Yeah, Renee's an incredible person. She's always done incredible stuff. One of the early things I saw was she was in a play in Houston, 2,000 or 3,000 people, threw her the roses on the stage and all that stuff because she was the main singer, and she was right on the edge of making it, and it was a wild ride. You could write a book about her, music career, and for whatever reason, it never happened.
Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you. Whoa, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you. Across the wild Missouri. Herman's very soothed by music, and so I sing to him all the time. And I see his eyes change when I sing to him, and I watch his ears perk up. I watch the hair go down on his back. He was on a concrete floor at that kill shelter. It was not nice. He had barking dogs all around him. And so he was very stressed when we got him. Very. Right over there, we're building his fences and his home. His little feet are going to touch the earth for the first time in a long time. Just got to get him out of here. I want him out of here so bad.
Herman's owner had passed away. He had been left for 6 months. The kids came and cleared out the house, cleared out the furniture, got the dog and the cat, but left the pig. And Herman had been fending for himself, so the animal control officers had picked him up, brought him into the shelter. And Renee, God love her, she's a week out from this event. Right? She has spent all the money she's got on this project. Her husband, at the time we talked on the phone, her husband was out in the midday sun mowing and shoring up fences to contain the bull calves that didn't go to slaughter. And she said, I don't know, Celeste, I don't know if I can, a pig. I mean, I've never dealt with a pig. I don't even have a place to put him. I don't know.
When that big storm came through, everybody lost fence. Lots of Lake Jackson, lots of Danbury. So we got tons of calls, and then she called me with this. I couldn't tell her no.
And I think we exchanged 40 or maybe 50,000 emails about how we were going to get this done and who was going to hold him, who was going to pick him up, what were we going to feed him, how were we going to lure him, who was going to house him, how are we going to get his pen built, how are we going to raise the money to build the pen. And it was just like this beehive of activity. And I came to have this enormous respect for Renee because she really is she will just get it done.
The way I look at it is, comes around, goes around. You do something good, somebody returns the favor eventually. So I always try to help out. And Renee does the same.
When she started talking about sanctuary, I didn't tell her, but I was thinking, I guess I'm gonna get a divorce because this is ridiculous. It's not gonna work in Texas, and she wanted to try it. And Renee is a very strong-willed person, and you can't tell her not to do something.
I wasn't trying to, open up a sanctuary in the state of Texas. That's not been my goal in life. My goal was to be a famous country and western singer. Hello, that's what I thought I was going to be one day, and that didn't happen. And I married a farmer. He's worked hard all his life. He bought this place to supplement his retirement. We hadn't been making any money. Balloon notes were coming due on tractors. He's needing to buy another rake. And now I'm telling him, oh, heck no, you ain't taking that red trailer up the road anymore. We're not selling any more calves. You send that red trailer up the road one more time, I'm following it. I'll go to the slaughterhouse if I have to. And it was a process for me because, I love my husband. I didn't want to just say, too bad, you go up the road. What I've been here is a catalyst for my husband to see a way that he's never been shown before, because his history, his culture, his way of viewing the world is so grounded in tradition. 4th generation cattle rancher. His great-grandpa herded cows from San Antonio by horse with spurs, and they had their own brand. And Tommy still has that. That means something to him, to restore that history. So this is Tommy's heritage. For Tommy to say, none of that meant anything doesn't come easy. But watching his wife change, watching his wife draw the line in the sand, watching his wife pull in all these people from around the world that are supporting us to build a sanctuary in the state of Texas is changing my husband. That's what's changing my husband.
I kind of laughed at her and said it'll never work, and she has actually put me in my place now, because the vegan world came to her rescue. She started meeting people that allied with her. It was incredible, and I started watching it, and I couldn't believe what was going on. It's kind of like a dream. They're incredible. if she has a problem, somebody in her network helps her out and it magically disappears.
We heard about what Renee was doing out here for these animals, and when the opportunity came up, I knew she had all this going on. It was kind of a time crunch, but I felt like I had to be a part of it, really. She's doing a good thing out here, you know, and anytime that you get an opportunity to do something like this, it's, you know, I try to jump on it.
Okay, Herman. I want you to rip off that Tommy.
Yeah, I'm sure we're probably going to hang around to watch. Yeah, we've put a lot of time and effort into this, and this is going to be his home, and it'll make us feel really good to see him happy in it.
Oh, Herman, we love you so much. We see your soul behind your eyes. We know you had it rough. Oh, Herman, we love you so much. We see your soul behind your eyes. We know you had it rough.
What resonates with me with Renee is that you see the motto on my shirt. That's the motto of the shelter. Every animal matters. Every single one. And for her, that is this personified.
As she started making a sanctuary, I started reflecting back about my whole life and the way I thought about animals. And I was kind of relieved because now I was thinking, wow, if this works, I can have a bunch of pet cows and I don't have to take them to market. And Renee would say, they're not pets, they are individuals. And I said, okay, we can have a bunch of individuals. Bullseye, how you doing, girl? How you doing?